Okay, so I'm super tired. Um, I just wanted to record because I wanted to talk a little bit about just how weird it is to go through a trauma and know that I'm a good mom, but at the same time go through these periods of um, not really feeling just the gravity of the situation, just not feeling um, like there's any possible way that I could not have my kids with me right now. I mean, to me, your kids being taken away is the result of being a drug addict, being a bad person, being um, an abusive person, being a dangerous person, being a careless person. I'm none of those things. And taking them away is so traumatizing. Um, it's just on a day to day basis. It just seems like I get through by focusing on each task and completing it. But there's really nothing that can compare to knowing that your kids are home safe or that they're okay. And I don't think that it's fair. And I feel, you know, I feel violated. I feel just awful and afraid at the same time to admit that I feel awful because there's so much pressure. And I just feel that, you know, if I still have to prove that I'm a good mom and I'm a preschool teacher, I went to school for this. I sacrificed money for this, time for this. I have references that I'm a good teacher, a good Christian too. Um, I just feel like I must be under such scrutiny that I have to be so perfect that I am afraid to say that, I'm afraid to cry or seem too emotional or, do anything that could be perceived as off, which is crazy. Um, It's crazy to me because how could you be okay without your kids? How could you be okay? You know, that's the most enemy like thing you could do is take somebody's kids from them forcefully. But I'm forced to work with these people and be nice. And to them, it's just another day on the job. And to me, it's the worst thing that's ever happened to me my whole life. And they don't want me to comfort my kid. They don't want me to comfort my kid after the worst thing has ever happened to them, just happened to them. And they don't want me to be there. They don't think it's important. They laugh and they're joking and, just another day at the office. And it's like, my kid could be permanently damaged because of a decision you made. And it seems like the gravity of it is the equivalent of picking a show on the TV guide. And I have to be courteous, I have to be nice, but there's just like, even the simple things, like, you could have just let them call me at the end of the day or when I know that they're crying all night. You could show, you could give them my phone number, just little things. But they don't want to. And I have to, I'm polite and I'm nice. And it's not like I just feel like they just want to jab it to me all the time. Like they talk down to me, like disrespectfully, like I don't have the right to be worried about my kids. Like, oh yeah, yeah, but you need to just worry about your job and your house and what you're gonna do. And it's like, you think I don't know that? I'm a mom. You think I don't know that I need to provide for my kid? Like, I was doing just fine and I had a game plan before you guys stepped in. I had a place to go. I knew where I was going. I had an address. I had everything. You guys got all emotionally charged about the whole situation and then it blew up, and then next thing I know, you're taking my kids from me. That's not my fault just because I'm outnumbered. The videotape will show the, hopefully, I don't know if they're going to subpoena anybody, but that will show, that will prove. But it's just so hard because it's the hardest time of my life. And there's just like, if you could say like tact or bedside manner or whatever. There's just not, it's not there. And I have to be so humble. I'm so humble with them and so humble in this situation and genuinely need help and want to take care of my baby. My baby, they're just babies and they were just went through the most emotionally crazy wrecking thing and they're with strangers. You know, why would you deprive somebody that's not a danger to anybody the ability to hug and kiss and comfort their child? What, who, how could that benefit anybody? How could that be for the greater good of anybody? What psychologist ever came in and said that this is a good idea if you're not violent, not a criminal, not an offender, um, are not on drugs, and not mentally considered a danger to anyone? How could they say that it's not in the child's best interest to be comforted by their child, by their mother? It's just hard, and I'm afraid now. Like, I've never lived in fear before, but I feel afraid because this is possible in my country for this to happen in America, that somebody could just come in and take my kids when I'm not a threat, I'm no danger, I've been proved not mentally ill or unstable, um, not on drugs, not violent. It's just, it's scary to me, and I'm even afraid to post this, but I feel like it's healing because I know I'm not the only one that's going through it, and I would like to talk to other women that are going through it because it's so hard, and I know it could even be worse than this, but still, it's awful. So I'm praying. I just wanted to say this before I go to sleep. Good night.